We could probably get rid of some of those bad ones. Those other ones. Do you want to? You might as well press recording.
I'll take my Teams off as well, there, just in case someone tries calling in or something. Or is it on Teams, is it?
It's on.
Ah, fair.
Oh, that's recording now.
Yes. Yep, it's recording. It's the clear.
Is it recording?
It's the clear.
All right, beautiful. Well, thanks, IT. Good on you. All right, here we go. Welcome to the course. Excellent. So, before we get into anything, we'll just go through a few common practicalities. So, if there's in case of an emergency, all we need to do is just straight out the door, walk down the stairs, as muster point 3. Fire extinguisher in date, just out the door to the right. First aid kit is just on the wall over there. Health and safety officer is Samuel Jackson, and he's just sitting in the office over there. So that's fine. Awesome. Just with mobile phones, we're both adults. I'm happy to have the mobile phone as long as it's basically on silent, then that's fine. That's no worries at all. You can take calls as long as you just come back in efficient time, because I know you know we've all got things on. And yeah, so I guess before we kick it off, I'd just like to tell you a little bit about myself. So Douglas McRae, electrical supervisor / trainer. Love what I do. Now I've been working in the mines for about 12 years. So keeping busy, but I just want to share some of the knowledge and experience I've had throughout those years, helping other people get into the construction field. You know, I've been through a lot, I've done a lot, I've seen a lot, but at the end of the day, I want to show that to other people to basically adapt to it and learn from it. So I see that you're pretty keen to get into it. So well done, mate, entering into the course. And before we look into that, just tell us a little bit about yourself, mate, just so I get to know who you are and you know.
Yeah, so worked for a rental maintenance and repair company for the past 2 years. Before that, I was working at another maintenance company for 15 years. Yeah, so obviously, I just want to add, obviously, I do struggle with reading and writing.
Yeah.
I did do a dyslexia test in school, but I left prior to getting the results. So I'm not sure if I am or not. Yeah, just a quick one. I'm very handy with my hands. Yeah, I've learned practical things fairly quickly. I do struggle in the theory, like I said, reading and writing aspects. But when it comes to stuff hands-on, I'm a fast learner. And yeah, let's get involved.
No, that's awesome. One of my best mates has actually got dyslexia, and he's basically the manager now. You know, because he's learned to adapt to the things he's good at, but he's a scheduler, and he can just see things in his head. Yeah, he's very good at what he does, and everyone has different strengths. But as long as we work towards our strengths, and you can basically achieve anything. So, no, thanks for sharing that with me. That's awesome. Alrighty, so today's topic is basically in the construction industry, but it's identifying current workplace resources and opportunities to improve resource efficiency. And as you can see, watch out for hazards. So one thing too, if you see something at any time, ask me any questions. Please, open forum, we're adults. You know, you can speak to me about anything. As long as you learn something out of this and you get a bit of confidence, then you'll go far. Okay. Okay, so hazard reporting. One big thing that we find on the job is hazards. If you see a hazard on a job, what do you think the first thing you should do?
I think for me, I'll try and fix it myself, maybe, or speak to my supervisor, or a supervisor. Just I'll just knock up the chain really, just try and fix the solution. I think it's the best way to do it.
Yeah, no, that's spot on straight away. If you can fix it, absolutely, because then you're obviously saving other people. You know, but if you can't fix it, barricade it, let your supervisor know, and just make it safe for everyone else. That's one thing. We do find a lot of hazards on site in different areas. And when you do come across it, you also need the confidence to be able to say, listen, everyone, stop the job if you need to. Yeah, because you're not just saving yourself, you're saving others. So that's spot on. That's a great answer. Okay. Have you seen from previous experience, have you seen a hazard on a job?
Yeah, I've seen the hazard. For example, obviously in the maintenance repair shop I was working in, obviously in a quite remote area, and came in one morning and there was a 4 foot piranti right in the middle of the workshop running ragged. So yeah, that was a major hazard. So yeah,
A parenti.
yeah, for
What's a parenti?
oh, it's big lizard.
It's
Yeah, big lizard.
yeah, right. Yeah, big lizard. Yeah, you've got to be careful of that because that could also scare people, shock people.
Yeah.
And then when you saw it, what did you do to help fix it?
Oh, just panicked really. Luckily, we had enough. I've seen Varo people on the job that was trained in dealing with fauna and animals. So yeah, we basically just reported it to those and obviously locked the doors so it couldn't get obviously venture into the offices at the back there.
Yeah.
So just closed the door and just called up the Enviro team and they pretty much managed it. So yeah,
Oh, that's great.
it's great.
Yeah, because a lot of people would panic straight away. Well,
100%. Yeah.
but yeah, that's one good thing. You got to stay calm when you see little things like that. Stay calm and then think about exactly who the correct people would be to contact. So, great job. Contact the right people to do the job. That's awesome. And then they came and fixed it. They
Yeah,
got it
we
put
did.
together.
Removed it, mate. Yeah, it's out there in the wild now, living its best life. So yeah, they got rid of it.
That's awesome. Okay. And like you said too, they sorted it out. They got the environment involved, got that lizard out of there, living its best life. Perfect. I love it. Okay. So I just wanted to talk about just with safety too. A lot of jobs too have a high policy and procedure. And when you do go to a job like that, you just need to make sure you've got the confidence to stop the job. Like you said, everyone's there to do the job together, but also being able to just put your hand up and say, listen, everyone, let's do this properly and safely. So on a job, you say if you come to a job at a gas plant or a previous job of yours, what are some controls you have when you're working on the job that are put in place to make other people safe? So I'll give you an example. So when I'm on a job, PPE, personal protective equipment, what are some other things you might have in place to protect people?
Also barricading. So obviously we do a lot of machinery repairs and things like that. So when obviously we are doing those in the field, the machines are isolated and we basically just barrier off the area so no one can come in our work area.
Yep.
I think physical barricading is one of the best things we use. So I think separation and segregation is a control that pretty big in my industry and what we do.
No, that's excellent. So basically he's saying, yeah, so 2 work zones could be together and you put a barricading up, communication and isolation, separation. So process of control. So one good thing I got taught was every Saturday I eat a pizza.
Yeah.
So that means elimination, separation, isolation. What else we got? Elimination, every Saturday, separation, isolation, administration, PPE. It's just one thing. With reading and writing, sometimes I put analogies so I can understand things, the little things to remember. And what I'll do later at the end of the course, I'll put these little things in a bit of a pack for you to remember. And then that's why I go through it a few times in my head to understand it. So it's one big thing. But yeah, like we said, reporting unsafe behaviour, just wearing PPE, and when you see something like hazard, just not panic, just acting, being safe, taking deep breath and reporting it precisely. Well done. Okay. Now it's role play time.
Okay.
Are you ready for role play?
I haven't know yet. Ready for it?
All right, here we go. So what we'll do, I've done some role play cards.
Yeah.
So you're going to be a safety officer.
Okay.
I've done a little role play card here like that. And all we need to do with our role play, so we'll work as a team, you and I. I'll be a supervisor, you be safety officer. So we've found a lead running across the floor that could be exposed. So this lead. So right here is a lead. So before we send anyone out there, so just some police hazard observations to learn together. Okay. So stand up. Before we go any further, we just need the most important thing is who on a job.
Yourself.
Correct. So try not to put yourself at risk or anyone else, any bystanders. And then, okay, so there could be people working around this area. You've been called up, safety officer, and there's an exposed lead. What do you think is the first things we should do?
Make sure safety steps are followed. So it'll be, I'll say report it, barricade it.
Yep.
I'll protect it. Just obviously for everyone walking in, maybe just close off the area completely. Just make sure no one walks over it, walks past it, drives over it.
Yeah.
Drives past it.
So it's not live, is it?
Nah, it's not live. Well, yeah. I mean, you'll check off if it's isolated. It looks plugged out. So.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't look like it's plugged in. It's isolated. It's safe straight away. So that's good if it's a heavy lead. It's something with isolate, like barricading, signage. But because it's just a little, that's good. We've had a look at the area. Nothing else is around. There's only water. No, that's good. All right. Perfect. We've blocked it off. Okay. Perfect. So I can make the sign of the barricade.
Yeah.
And then what we can do together, we can just make a little report and then I can get a tradesperson to come. Basically, once barricading signage, they know exactly where to come to. And then I'm happy. If you're happy as well as safety officer,
Yeah.
do you reckon they can pick that up?
If it's not live and there's no damage to the cable, I don't see, proper electrician commit the assessment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon we said to take it away.
How do we know that someone's not going to use it again?
I'll just quarantine it, just put it in a quarantine shed,
Okay.
and I'll just tag it out.
Yeah.
It's safe to use.
So we'll put a little information tag on it.
Yeah.
And then we can also make sure people are aware we've documented and just say, listen, no one else, even if we put it on the pre-start, we can do that. So everyone's aware not to use this compatible capture charger.
Yeah.
I think that probably would be all right.
Yeah. I mean, pre-start, we'll probably do a little hazard report as well.
Yep.
Just to display in the equipment rooms and stuff, just so it alerts everybody not to use these sets of equipment. The leads. So yeah, I think that's sufficient, mate.
That's awesome because we've found a lot of damaged leads lately. So even with the safety officer, maybe a return to work, all these new guys coming on the site, we can just have a little spiel about it and just say, if you do see a hazard, just even like simple as a damaged lead like that, it's isolated, but people can bring it up and we learn from it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as a supervisor too, that's outstanding. So then I can give them a little reward, a little recognition, say great job. No, I think that worked really well.
Yeah, good stuff.
No, thanks for that. Getting in there. All right, beautiful. All right. And that's one thing too, that when you go to a new job or something, well, if you see any hazards, you know what steps to take, you know who to speak to. And yeah, that's really good. You actually worked well as a safety officer then.
Yeah, thank you very much, mate.
No worries. So no matter what, getting through this course, you're going to have a lot of possibilities of in the construction industry, there's a lot of different jobs you can follow, you can find and adapt to. So I have no doubt that you're going to be successful, mate.
Look forward to it.
Yep. Okay, we'll just go through a little thing. So as we went through this, the hazards that we identified, that was good about the isolation, about if it was going to affect anyone else, any bystanders, immediate danger to yourself. We went through those steps. How did you think? So we managed the risks. How do we do that again? So we check the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Check the lead. that was all good. And then we're going to organise an electrician to come determine
Yeah.
how to service, lockout, tag out. And is there anything you felt like we could have done better in that role play or you could use later on?
I think maybe being more proactive. You know, the Wales lead there in the first place. And maybe just focus on housekeeping going forward, perhaps.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, a bit of housekeeping before might have prevented it.
Even finding out exactly why the lead was damaged in the first place.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, found out who was using it and what the task was done. But yeah,
Yeah, lessons learned because we don't want that happening again, especially if it was live. And that could be extremely dangerous. Yeah. No, that's some really good points. Okay. So it's time for some multiple choice. Just some things we talked about. I wouldn't mind going through.
Yeah.
But what we'll do, so we'll read one out together. We'll go through it. We'll have a bit of a chat about it. So I'm happy reading this out.
Yep.
And then you can talk about it and tell me exactly what you think's a good answer or not a good answer. Okay. So quiz time, session 3. Get excited.
Yeah.
Okay. So just the title. So identify current workplace resource use and opportunities to improve resource efficiency. So basically meaning on a work job, identifying hazards, working together as a team, and knowing who to speak to later on. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So question 1. So what should you do after having a morning break and getting back into the field? So you've just had morning break, all right, and then you've got a job to do. What steps should you take? All right. So A, rush back into the work and assume there was no changes. B, check your surroundings and look for any change. C, slide into the mud and take a few risks. Or D, have a longer break because the boss isn't on site.
I'd say B, check your surroundings and look for any changes.
Okay. Have you heard of any tools that could help you do that?
Yeah, so the previous company I worked for did, it was called Take Fives. So take 5 minutes, so it'll be a self-risk assessment. So yeah, we use them. I think other companies use personal risk assessments, but yeah, that's normally a Take 5 is what I'd use when coming back to work.
Yeah, that's good because then you're basically on the job. I've heard that before actually, and that's a really good tool. That's great you brought that up. Because after Smoko, there could be a crane in the area, there could be a telehandler. Someone could have put a broken lead on the ground. And then you just fill out a form saying no change or changes, any hazard you see, and how could you fix the hazard. So that's awesome. That is correct. All right, let's just circle that. You got a pen? That's great, mate. All right, I'll get you to circle it. So B. Okay. The next one. What is one way to improve safety on the work site? So A, skip PPE to save time. So do you remember what PPE is?
Yeah, personal protective equipment.
That's spot on. Well done.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, B, use outdated tools for convenience. C, always wear the correct PPE and look after your workmates. Or D, ignore any safety procedures to finish quickly and just get it done so you can leave, you know?
No, I'll definitely C. Always wear correct PPE and look after your workmates. Yeah, I'll go C with that, right?
Oh, well done. That's excellent. Great job. Okay. Question 3. How can workers reduce the risk of slips, trips, falls on site? So what would slips, trips and falls be on site, do you think?
Oh, it could be anything. I mean, it could be, it could have rained the day before and we're working in excavation and obviously just walking down the slope, you could slip. Slip, trips and falls could be getting in and out of the machine. Yeah, it could be slipping on gravel, paint, just anything basically on a construction site. So yeah, it could be falling over your shoelaces, for example. So
No, that's awesome.
yeah, there's a lot of things.
No, that's
Slips and
good.
trips.
Okay. Sweet. Sounds like you're all over. You haven't done that though yourself, have you?
No, I haven't, mate. No.
No. Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's good, mate. Yeah, because sometimes I have. I remember Mum helped me with my nut laces a little bit when I was younger, but I realised tighten them up sharp, and that is a rule on site too. Keep your laces tied up right to the top, and correct PPE. So okay, we'll go through the choices. So A, keep the work area neat and tidy to reduce slips or falls. B, work in any shoes that are comfortable, sandals if you can. Sandals with your socks on and just
Oh, is that what it's called? Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah, sandals. Like that's, yeah. I think my dad wears sandals, just around home. Yeah, but if I see him in the garden, do you know what I do?
Yeah.
I stop the job.
Yeah, absolutely. That's yeah.
If you see someone coming to the job straight away, I'm not telling you, but if you see someone with sandals with socks on, just say, listen, mate, I don't think you should go home. Put on some correct PPE.
And think about it.
Yeah, that's it. And they're going to respect you for it.
100%.
But if they don't, just say, I think you should see the supervisor, mate.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. Okay, C, ignore wet areas and have fun. Like if it's rain, just run for it.
Ah, okay.
No, it doesn't sound right. Otherwise, D, skip PPE and leg day.
Definitely say A there, mate. Keep my work area tidy.
Now, are you sure?
100%. That's the one. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yep. All right. So far, if you get this right, it's 100%.
Brilliant.
Okay. Let's do it together. Here we go. What should be done if you can't remove a hazard, like a cable on the floor that's got exposed wires and could potentially electrocute someone? So this is something I've been through.
Yeah.
So here we go. So would you leave it and turn a blind eye like you haven't seen it?
Absolutely.
You wouldn't, would you?
Nah, because that could expose somebody else to a risk, and it's yeah. It's not
No.
good.
At the end of the day, you want to look after workmates. You want to be there for each other, and you don't want to see anyone getting injured.
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
that's good. Would you report it to the immediate supervisor or safety officer?
Yeah, I would.
Would you?
Yeah.
Well, let's just hold on. Let's hear the other. Ignore it. Keep working.
Oh, definitely not ignore it.
What happens if your supervisor's told you we need to get this job done today?
I think from a safety aspect, I think we need to look after ourselves and our people and our workmates.
Yeah. No, spot on.
That's priority.
Yeah. And number D, pretend it's not there. That's just, you'd never do that.
Just ignoring it.
Yeah.
basically.
If you see a hazard, you want to fix it straight away, get it done. And then, no, all right. All right. You circle which one?
Definitely B, mate.
Report it immediately to the supervisor or safety officer.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what? I'm just going to write down this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of 4. I'm just going to tick these now. I'm going to keep my records, but that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
No, well done, mate. That's
Yep.
100%. Okay. So I just want to do a quick recap of, as you see hazards on site. Have you ever heard of another template or something you could use if you see a hazard on site? So how to say document it or others to be aware?
A JHA?
No, nice, yes. So it's called hazard identification tool, like a hazard.
Yeah.
So it means reporting a hazard. So if you could fix it yourself or if you need to get others to fix it. So if you see that, it's always good to identify the hazard with the hazard identification tool. You get those when you start on the job. And it also informs people what's out there, what people can look for and how to fix them. It's a tool for us to learn as well. But at JHA as well, I'm happy you brought that up because we can use a JHA before we actually start a job. Because job hazard analysis is great when you're actually starting a new job. But if you haven't created the hazard yourself, then we'll use the hazard tool. But a new job going to a new area, a JHA is perfect. What other tool could be used?
Hazard ID, SWIMS, JHA, PRA, Take 5.
So what's a PRA stand for?
Personal risk assessment.
And a SWIMS is safe work method
Yeah.
statement?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, excellent. And once you eliminate the hazard, what does that do for everyone else?
Oh, it keeps everybody safe.
Yeah. No, that's great. Great answer. Before we go through like do anything else, is there any questions you want to a little bit unsure about and you want to bring up or ask someone about what we've gone through with hazards or implementing controls?
No, I think we've covered it quite well. I mean, obviously, my experience, obviously I've dealt with a few of the things that we use and a few of the tools, so I kind of have a little bit of an understanding. But I think you clarified a lot of those up.
No, thanks, man.
So, yeah, that makes a bit more sense. So
Because we never stop learning, even myself, I'll never stop learning. And, I learn something new all the time when I've got new students coming in, but I felt like this course you've done extremely well. And, I appreciate you coming in, mate, and I hope you got something out of it as well.
yeah, thank you.
No worries. Before you leave today, would you please fill out the learner evaluation form, which is here.
Yeah.
And I'll also get you to fill out the record of attendance sheet, which can just be learner 6. Oh, great work. I'll send out the certificate in the mail anyway, mate.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. Great work.